What's up guys, macadii here. Now today I'm bringing you guys the second battle of the IEP Week 4 tourney, where I am actually joined by Pre, also known as ThatPokemonBoy, who was actually the coach of the Mauville Magnetons, and I figured it'd be really good to get his sort of side of the story at the same time. So if you want to say hello.
Hey guys.
So I don't know do you want to talk through sort of a couple of things that you brought specifically, or sort of how you structured your team to actually sort of combat mine?
Yeah, sure. So I noticed from the outset that at the time of our battle, you only really had two ways to remove hazards. It was Latias and Hitmontop, I believe. So I brought Crustle to basically get hazards up, and the idea here was to force you to either defog or spin on something that could kill you, and then get Hitmontop, get Heracross in late game to sweep with a choice card.
Yeah, that was that was definitely a good thing, because I must admit that is one of the problems with my draft was hazards control. And I haven't actually told you guys, but I've actually traded out Heliolisk now for Donphan. So I've got a little bit more sort of access to rocks, and also sort of a bit more hazards control as well. So hopefully in the future that will work. So in terms of what I bring, I brought a physically defensive Venusaur, a defogging Latios, because I figured that was probably the most sort of reliable defogger I had. The Bishop was actually a Salt Vest, just in case he decided to bring Mega Latios and start Calm Minding and things like that. I knew I could take quite a few hits with that, and it was sort of just specifically EV spread for certain situations. I had a Tank Heatran that was designed so it could take relatively comfortably sort of hits from your choice banded Talonflame and things like that, and sort of just that little bit of extra speed, and if I could also try and get rocks up. But I must admit, your Tentacruel, it messes with my mind, because I feel I need to get hazards up, but then your Tentacruel is so reliable at getting rid of hazards. It's unbelievable, really. And then a physically defensive Quagsire, which I really needed, because that was another check to your Bravery. Not Bravery, sorry, Talonflame, which I think I took about 49%, something like that. So I could recover still, but it was mainly in case you brought a Swords Dancing variant. It meant I was able to completely wall that set. And then obviously Cinccino, just because Cinccino always works incredibly well in this format, and it's sort of cleaned up a lot of your team quite well. So I think we're just going to jump straight into the battle. So we started off, I led off with the Cinccino, because I'm a big fan of that lead, as you led off straight away with the Talonflame, which was a little bit of a pain. I
did that because the way I saw it on your team, there's two obvious leads. There's the Cinccino and the Heatran. Cinccino actually dies to a Brave Bird, and Heatran I could U-turn out on and get a more favourable matchup. So I definitely thought it was a Talonflame. Yeah, it was definitely a good lead. I was expecting the Crustle, which was why I led off with the Fabulous, because obviously Rock Blast. I don't know if it would KO completely defensive variants, but I think if you had quite a bit of speed investment, I had quite a good chance, and you're probably going to just set up rocks anyway. So that was just my way of thinking. So obviously I had to get out of there, so I went straight out into the Quagsire, and then revealed straight away that you were banded there. So obviously I could wall you fairly well. So then you went out into the Tentacruels. I kind of had to recover up there, because I couldn't really overpredict too much, which is the slight problem with Quagsire. You do sort of get caught out quite a lot. I felt as if that was my best play, because I didn't really see you earthquaking there.
Yeah. No, that was a really good play. And then you started setting up the T-Spikes, which wasn't too much of an issue, because I knew obviously I had the Venusaur on the wings, but it did sort of limit my switching quite a bit. And then you revealed the Protect right there, which meant you could go out into the Crustle, as I missed the Draco, which was really, really quite sad, I must admit.
Yeah, no,
but it did mean I was able to get my T-Spikes done. No, honestly, it's fine, to be honest. I've had far worse hacks, so it's okay. So then you're able to get up your rocks right there, and then I was able to force you out. But you go out into the Tentacle. I was very, very tempted to not go for the Giga Drain there, and go for... I actually had the Earthquake on here, and I was really tempted to do that, but I didn't really want loads and loads of hazards up. So you do go for the Scald, you do get the burn as well, and obviously go for the EQ, but you revealed your physically defensive as well, so I was like, oh god, how on earth am I going to break this Tentacruel?
The idea with this Tentacruel was... Yeah, sorry, carry on.
No, it's fine, you continue.
The idea with this Tentacruel was to make sure Psyshock Latios couldn't kill me from full range. So that way, if for whatever reason you brought a physical Venusaur, I could also take that on as well.
Yeah, no, that was a really excellent play, because normally you run specially defensive, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, quite often. I know it depends, but that's what I was going for with the earthquake, and then as soon as I saw that do like barely any damage, I was like, oh great. But obviously I heal up here because the burn on Venusaur is such a pain, I must admit. So then I go out into the Latios. As you go out into Talonflame, I think I calced it and I wasn't able to live, so I did have to go out into the Heatran.
Yeah.
As you do make a really good play of going for the U-turn there, going out into your Clawitzer, which obviously catching me in a little bit of a sticky situation, and then just go for the school. So was this a spec? No, was this Specs Clawitzer?
No, it was actually Expert Belt.
Oh, okay.
Because I felt as if, apart from Mega Venusaur, I could hit almost all of your team super effectively. No, sorry, I could hit Mega Venusaur super effectively. It was the Quagsire I couldn't. So I felt as if I brought Expert Belt, I could do just that bit more damage without taking a Life Orb recoil, and at the same time, I'm not choice locked into any single move.
Yeah, no, that was a really good play actually. So then you go out into the Tentacruel again as I just heal up. That's the thing, is they're sort of like Great Walls. They don't really hit back hard, but sort of just do that little bit of damage. And then obviously you threaten me out with a Latias, and you make a good predictive switch there, but I decided to be a bit cheeky there and decide heal up there, as you do force me out. It was quite funny, that one, I must admit. And then it's looking a little bit iffy there. I can't remember I'm trying to remember what I do. So you go out to the Latias there. So I go for Protect, which I think you had a chance to KO, which is why I decided to go for the Protect. There was a lot of really good doubles going on here. I decided to Iron Head, but because I knew you were probably going to set up spikes and stuff. And then obviously you went out into Clawitzer, and there wasn't a huge amount I could do to this guy, so I obviously was forced out. And I knew I had a fairly safe switch with Venusaur, but I did need to get rid of these hazards when I got a chance. But you definitely weren't letting me do that at all.
No, I felt as if I could pressure you to make switches, then hazards would take their toll and whittle you down bit by bit.
Yeah. And then obviously the Heracross comes out, which was quite scary.
Yeah,
I wasn't really sure what to expect with that.
I
was expecting Banded, I must admit.
Banded, yeah.
Just because it wall breaks so well.
That's true, actually, and I was expecting a Bisharp switch at any time there. That's why I was going into Heracross, to try and get a first combat off.
Yeah. No, I think at this point I just wanted to get as much damage off with my Venusaur as possible. So I realised I needed a safe switch with Latios, and this was probably the best bet, because I can literally just sort of stall out, just get as much damage done with Venusaur as possible. It might not be the most efficient way, but it meant if I could get a bit of damage off on everything, it would be really good.
Yeah, I mean, I had a similar issue here. All I needed was a free switch into Talonflame. That's why I sacked the Crustle, because you basically had to let Venusaur die for something to come in.
Yeah. Then this was a really tricky choice, because I had to go into checkmate and have that sort of 50-50 choice, because I knew you'd either have to stay in and Brave Bird. So I go for the Pursuit and managed to take your Talonflame out, which was really, really useful. But I didn't really have a way to handle this Clawitzer, so I did have to just get some damage off here. And I think I calced, and I knew I could live an Ice Beam, if I remember right. I can't remember what happened here. No, maybe not. I think I had to sacrifice right there, because I knew Hazards was going to screw me. Yeah, it was going to screw me over. And you had the Dark Pulse as well. I was hoping you had Ice Beam instead. But you then revealed, obviously, this was Scarfed, which, to be honest, if you were Scarfed, there was nothing I could have done, really. Because you could 2-hit KO that. I had to just make some... Oh, sorry?
No, it was the same issue I was having, because if your Chinchilla, for whatever reason, was Scarfed, I would have lost the game right there.
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know if would I have KO'd the... I don't know if I would KO the Latias. I think you'd be surprised. Without the Life Orb, I actually do quite considerably less. And then obviously Quagsire managed to just sort of wall out your Heracross here, but I knew you were going to have the Energy Ball.
I
think you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But
no, it was a really, really good match though. Yeah. Sorry?
Yeah, I actually think I brought Assault Vest to take on Heatran, Quagsire, and Mega Venusaur. And I agree, it was a really close battle, because I think between the two of us, I know that we prepare a lot for our opponent's teams. So
it was really interesting to see how the teams matched up because you had things check my mons perfectly, and I think that worked both ways.
Yeah, definitely. We had yeah, and it was the putting the pressure on me with the hazard stacking as well was definitely a really good play. But hopefully with my new Don fan, that might sort of be less of an issue from now on, because I haven't really used the healer disc for a while.
Oh yeah.
I think because it was. I think because it was mainly used to check, or was it Crowbro, but then I don't think I battle him anymore, so it wasn't particularly needed anymore, and it doesn't hit massively hard, so that was the main fault with that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think Don Fan was an almost perfect pickup because I always say mons that can simultaneously get hazards up and remove them are one of the best type of defensive mons. You look at Fortress and Skarmory, for example, they're great because they do both. And I think Don Fan your team, it fits it perfect.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Tentacruel is a brilliant example of that. I mean, if Tentacruel got spikes, it would be almost perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I would say.
It's
a shame that it's a real shame it doesn't. I found out recently that it doesn't. But yeah, it was a really good game. And I think how many more have we got against each other? Is it 1 or 2 more?
2 more.
I think it's 2.
Yeah, 2 more.
Is it 2 more? Oh, okay, so yeah, that should be really good. So yeah, hopefully we'll both be ending up no doubt changing our teams up for the next one. We're not going to be doing much recycling there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle and found it was useful to sort of hear both sides of the story at the same time. And I think Pri, you've actually uploaded sort of your full story on your side of your channel as well, which will be down in the description. So if you want to learn more about how Pri battles and everything like that, that should be on Pri's channel. Yeah. So you did you?
Yeah, I actually did it live. So if you do actually want to go check out my side, it will be kind of what I was thinking in the moment.
Yeah, that would be really good actually, because obviously I do all mine post-coms because sometimes they take absolutely ages, so it's I figured it would be quite good. But yeah, if you want to hear his side and also see his battles as well, because I think Pri, you're currently top overall, if I remember rightly. At the minute you're what's he? Yeah, you've won 8, lost 2 now, isn't it?
Yeah, don't remind me, lost 2. That is, yeah.
Yeah, you're doing a lot better than some of us, so it's not too bad. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Don't forget to check out Pri's side of the story and everything like that, and I will see you guys at the next one. Macadii out.